Well, we got some cat action running. Please, if you heard the crazy noises, just ignore those. But anyways, hey you guys, hey GPH. I thought you and some other folks might get a kick out of this because I talk about my cheap houses, and if you want to know how it is that I'm affording to have a boneless chicken thigh with my dinner every night, and I even bought some sour cherry juice that was $5 for a little container. Okay, so how do I afford that stuff? Well, here is my summer of 2023 property tax bill, okay, for my house. By the way, if any of you guys Google map my house, 628 North Walker Road, you'll notice that my house had the address stripped off of it, and my address has been misassigned to a different house. Okay, my Xavier did that several years ago as sort of an entry-level IQ test to anybody who maybe wants to come pay me a visit for not great purposes. It's like the entry-level IQ test. It's a bit of an intelligence net for us. But anyways, so this is my bill, $253.08 for this half. But only because this isn't set up again as my primary residence yet. It's still set up as like a secondary / vacation type thing because primary residences don't have to pay this state education tax millage. Okay, where primary residences are exempt to up to 18 mils of public education tax. Okay, so normally, once I get this reset to my primary residence, I don't know if I'll be able to get out of paying this time or not, or if it's too late, I have to go into her office. But normally it would have been $116 plus the $2.50 administration fee. Okay, so now the winter 2023 is going to be higher. So if it were set up as my primary residence, my total taxes for the year would be about $750 to $800. As it is, because I'm going to be paying that. If I do get stuck paying that, I might end up paying closer to like $950 this year. Okay. So I know people on one of my other platforms, they like to accuse me of lying about just about everything. They tell me I'm not even a woman, which I am a woman. Okay, they tell me that I'm some basement dweller living in my dead mother's basement, and they tell me all sorts of things. Anyways, here's another thing I brought up because I had some mental deficient try to one-up me on my property for some reason when that wasn't even really the main topic. They randomly tried to one-up me and like mock me and ridicule me by posting a picture of their property, and I asked a simple question. And that was, do you hold the deed to that property, or do your parents hold the deed to that property? Or does the bank hold the deed to that property? Because if you don't, and you don't own that property, then why are you like behaving in such a fraudulent, misrepresenting manner, like a con artist? Because as I stated, you don't actually own any percentage of your property until you hold the deed. Doesn't matter how much equity you have built up in your house, you do not get any fractional percentage of ownership until the house is completely paid off. And until then, you only own a debt instrument, okay, that is secured by the property that you do not own, that whoever owns the deed owns, okay? So I've held this deed since I bought my house, my scary farmhouse, for $30,000. Okay. So anyways, I redacted the seller's names and address and the full address of my little cabin that I was living in, renting when I bought this place back in March of 2018. And when I first bought this place, I put in those 2 pear trees right away. Okay, during a thaw. I put a hugelkultur mound in. I started planting garlic here before I even moved into this house. Okay. Some people don't understand why my garlic, trying to salvage my garlic, is such a big deal. I put years into scaling up my garlic so that I could get it to like a sellable like profit rate, and then I had to bug out of this place for a couple of years, and things are kind of a mess. But anyways, here's the tea to that. I've had people tell me that I supposedly don't know who my father is. And when I told them that my father was a master sergeant in the Air Force, I was accused of lying. Okay? That person told me that everything that comes out of my mouth is a lie. So here it is. I was born on Tripler Army Medical Center. Okay? Because my dad was stationed at Hickam Air Force Base. Let me see. I'm trying to not necessarily put everything up on here. Okay? We'll see. How's this going to go? Because I just want to do this in here. Okay? That's where I spent the first years of my life. 7221 East Mamoka Court that was destroyed when they remodeled the base. Hello, Peyton. But anyways, some people, they assume just because they're frauds like Michaela, who, by the way, she is still flying that fraudulent flag that was founded on mass genocide, satanic genocide against tens and tens of millions of innocent people. That fraudulent flag. So, Michaela, if you watch this, just because you're a fraud and you're full of ish and you're so infantile that you refuse to take any accountability for your own stupidity and try to blame everybody else for how stupid you are, okay, doesn't mean that everybody's a fraud or a poser. Because I'm just legit and I'm living my life with integrity. Okay? Some people can't understand everything that I post about, or they can't read between certain lines because I've had people that have been with me for several years, and some of the things are really loaded and only geared towards people with certain levels of access, etc. So even though this is like a public situation, it's many different layers of limited hangout, depending on how long somebody's been around with the situation and what their level of access is. Okay? And I just am living my life with integrity. And some of you people, some of Zoxley's minions and whatnot, you need to eventually just try to take some accountability for your own stupidity. Because there's things that you can do, okay, to improve your logic and your critical thinking skills and your reason, and not let your cognitive biases control you, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Maybe not be willing to fly a satanic flag that is founded on mass genocide of many tens of millions of people because, maybe you just don't care about the mass genocide as long as it, benefits your fraudulent sense of completely fake BS heritage, Michaela. Okay? You're basically a piece of trash. You're dumpster fire, Michaela. And you should consider apologizing to me one day.